So when you are just started with 3D printing or you are just a beginner with 3D printing, doesn't matter. One thing that you notice is that some prints are quite fast and some prints are not that fast. We are going to check if we can do something about our printing time. Coming up on Zachary 3D Prints. Hello, this is Zachary from Zachary 3D Prints, bringing you how to reviews and many other things you can do with 3D printing. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing because I have a lot of things I want to cover on my channel. You can also follow this channel on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can name it. I will put the links in the description. And after watching this video or some other time, you can check out those social media links. You can also support this channel. You can find the link in the description of this video on Patreon. So if you would like, then you can support this channel as well. So like I mentioned in the intro, today we are going to check out how fast we can actually print with a 3D printer. We can use the FR 100% function to increase your printing speed there, but you can also use a slicer software. In my case, I'm going to use Cura to speed up my 3D printing, because the standard in Cura is 50 millimeters per second or 60 millimeters the second. You can change that part, but be aware, if you are going to change that 50 or 60 millimeters per second, it's only changing a bit of your printing speed. So the overall printing speed you're not going to increase, just only the first part. You also have the infill and the outer ranges and everything that has to do with your 3D printing. Also, when you're going to put your first layer on the print bed, you have to make sure that when you are going to print, that you are not going too fast over your heat bed, because if you are going to do that, maybe your first layer is not going to stick, and your first layer is the fundament of your whole 3D model that you are going to print. So when you're changing something in your slicing software, keep your hands off the first layer speed, printing speed. So I have always one calibration cube. This is my my control block, to say like this, or control model, 3D model. The other tools, one, I changed the FR on the display of my Ender 3 Pro, because when your printer is going to print, you can change your printing speed by changing the dial. There is a misunderstanding about the FR on your display when printing and the other FR within your printer settings. The first one is feed rate. Normally it's 100%. So when you are using a slicing software and you're going to print and you leave it at 100%, it will keep that same speed as, for example, 50 millimeters or 60 millimeters per second. But you can change the speed from the feed rate by changing the dial. In the video that I'm going to show you after this, I'm going to do the first cube and see what the result is when you are going to play with the FR, or the feed rate percentage. Coming up. Before I'm going to show you any results of the second cube, because the first cube was the control cube, the second cube is the playing with the dial for the feed rate. As you can see, I cranked it up from the normal 100 till 900%. Yes, I went to the 900. You can also go to 999, but I just left that little piece ahead. Now I'm going to show you the third cube, and in this case I changed the speed in the slicing software. I'm going to show you the other time lapse for the third cube. Okay, this is weird, because the first cube, the control cube, is printed something like 35 minutes with an infill of 20%, with a layer height of 0.2 millimeters, and it takes 35 minutes to print. So the second cube, I played with the feed rate percentage, and the result is a little bit less quality, and like the other control cube, it's still an infill of 20%. It's a layer height of 0.2, but it takes 31 minutes and 15 seconds. So with the control cube and this, it's just a win of 4 minutes. However, the third cube, where I changed the printing speed of 180 millimeters per second instead of the 50 or 60 millimeters per second, there the time, as you could see, was 31 minutes. So yeah, you could see on the last cube with the display, the printing time is 35 minutes. But if you do the same thing in the slicing software, you will see that the printing time is 31 minutes. But that was also the case for the feed rate cube. So the final thought about this little experiment changing the feed rate percentage or changing the printing speed in a slicer. What's my verdict? Well, it's that the two last cubes are just a win of 4 minutes. If you are printing something like this, you have no problems with changing the speed to much faster speed. Keep in mind that your first layer that you're going to print, that you have to be careful with that. No problem. When you are printing models or things with a lot of details, like a statue or something else where details are very important, don't change the printing speed. You can change the printing speed in your slicing software, like for example 50 or 60 millimeters per second, changing it to 70 or 80 millimeters per second. That's okay, that's fine, no problem. But going too fast, like you can see in the last cube, it's going to, it's going to be a little bit differently. But that I will leave to you. That was it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Please like this video if you're happy with this video. If not, please leave a comment below before hitting the thumbs down. If you're new to this channel and not subscribed yet, please consider do so. And hey, for the next time, happy 3D printing, Zachary 3D prints, and see you next time. Bye bye. Cameras, check. Camera, check. Lights, check.